When I play music, I have to have the notes in front of me.
Oh, so you're one of those who has to read the music? It seems many have come to think reading music is a bad thing, maybe even the sign of a poor musician. Which is strange, because once upon a time people admired the ability to read and especially sight-read music, that is, perform from a score without ever having seen it before. Not so very long ago, you were more likely to hear something like,
"He'll never make it as a musician, he can't even read one note of music."
And while that may not necessarily be true, it does indicate how times have changed. Nowadays, there appears to be a growing misconception that sheet music is a sort of crutch, as if to say everyone who reads music is helpless without it. Okay, so all you serious musicians out there, can I have your attention please? All you classically trained artists who went through years of schooling, just wanted you to know you're stupid. Right. One question. If you don't know what this means, is it really logical to think that those who read music are the ones with the disadvantage? Understand, this is not about knocking people who can't read music. What it really boils down to is reading it versus playing by ear. It's about dispelling this notion that playing by ear is always to be preferred over learning to read music. And it's about clearing up a few misconceptions. First off, let's set the record straight. Many people who read music can play by ear, or else they eventually learn how. Even kids who read music at some point do a little experimenting and pick out tunes on their own. So it's a bit naive to think everyone who reads music has to have it in their face at all times. And even if they did, whoop-de-doo. Is sheet music a crutch? Let's inject some common sense here. There are many situations where the ability to read music is essential. If you plan on playing a piece you've never heard before, not gonna happen if you can't read music. And if you plan on learning the proper way to perform most classical music, especially for piano, not gonna happen if you can't read music. Unless you're one of those autistic savants who hear a Rachmaninoff concerto once and then play it, otherwise forget it. Okay, I wanna make sure I got this straight. All these famous people who meticulously wrote out the scores for their symphonies, sonatas and preludes, note by note, all along they were only doing this for below average performers, because after all, you should never actually have to read the score. We should all be able to play these pieces no problem, you know, with that photographic memory we were all born with. I hate to burst people's bubble, but even composers themselves read music from time to time. Here's Prokofiev with sheet music, shame on him. And Gershwin. I was a real fan of Ravel until I saw this photo. And Debussy, he could have had twice this many admirers if not for the sheet music. And yes, even Mozart, but I guess I'll give him a pass, at least he's not looking at it. But seriously, there's a certain feeling only readers of music will ever appreciate. That feeling of playing a piece that a composer took the time to set down on paper. You might say those artists are bearing their soul to you, like a personal letter or entry from a diary. You can be transported to other worlds while reading a book. And you can be transported to other worlds while reading music. So again, is sheet music a crutch for inferior musicians? Let's think about this rationally. When you see an orchestra playing, each member with their own music stand, would you say, boy, what a bunch of dummies, they're using sheet music? I didn't think so. And newsflash, when you see a concert pianist performing Chopin's Polonaise in A-flat without the notes, it's because he's memorized the notes. Yes, he needed the notes at one time. No, he's not playing by ear. So all you instrumentalists, whether you're a pro or a novice, never apologize for reading music. Be thankful you can. In fact, stand up proud and tall. There's precious few of us left. Now it's true that not everyone has the same musical goals. Me? When I was a kid, if I came across a music book, I dreamed of the day I could make sense of those little dots and lines. My advice for those who aspire to be great all-round musicians: you wanna play by ear? Go for it. But consider learning to read music too. I mean really learn, and don't lose it. You'll be so glad you did. Admit it. You're dying to know what this sounds like.